If you could give yourself advice 5 years ago, what advice would you give yourself?
I would say to just like do stuff more and get out of your shell and don't really care about what other people think about you.
I would tell myself to be strong. There's many things that's gonna happen and you'll feel out of control, but as long as you push through, you'll be okay.
Stick with your decision and don't look back and do it.
To not be intimidated by the adult world.
Don't box yourself in as one thing.
Breathe, everything's gonna be okay.
Not to worry about the little things and just do what makes you happy.
Hold on, bud, because things are gonna get crappy, but it gets better. It really does.
I shouldn't have to feel like I had to prove myself all the time.
To be more ambitious. Take things less seriously and not stress myself out so much.
Don't be afraid to go for it.
Stay focused, definitely.
Don't make yourself out to be something and then exclude out all other things that you're interested in based on what other people think.
Put yourself into living life where you are and who you are.
Finish college, for sure.
Worry less about like what people think about you.
To have faith in myself and not others.
A wise man will learn more from a fool than a fool ever will from a wise man.
I would switch schools.
Never to paint a sailboat again.
Take charge and not worry about the what ifs.
Little things that bother you, just don't let them because they don't matter.
Don't kill yourself, bud.
I missed out on a lot of stuff in high school because I was trying to get my college degree before I graduated high school. And now that I have it, it's not that fulfilling, I guess.
Stop trying so hard to get people's approval. That's not really, I mean, it's like a losing game.
If you go to school and everyone there kind of plays sports and like they don't do anything else, like try other stuff. Like don't just be like, oh, everyone else plays sports, so I gotta play sports.
I spent 10 years debating to go back to school, and I finally pulled the trigger on it a couple years ago, and if I was going back 5 years, I'd probably have started it about 5 years earlier than I did.
I'm not sure if I'd listened to myself 5 years ago if I actually said this, but I tell myself to be present and just to be mindful.
That I really need to stop caring about what everyone else around me thinks, and I need to focus on myself and make myself the priority, because in the end, that's all you've got.
Don't let guys get in the way, because 5 years ago, I'm not even talking to any of the people that I was talking to 5 years ago.
I just became so overwhelmed with school and with all of these obligations that people were telling me I had to do.
I was like, oh, well, that's not what I do, like that's not what my friends do. When I tried it, it was a lot of fun.
When you see a crack in the cement and there's a flower that springs up and it's beautiful and it's like, how is that growing? That's where you can be wherever you are.
To retire and not continue working and get a life.
Right now I would tell myself to stop drinking because I am currently trying to get myself sober. I am at 41 days, so I'm very early in this. And I've had a lot of really good luck over the last 5 years with a lot of the stuff that I've done. I got to start a career that I liked, and I got to start working with my friends doing stuff that I like, and I would be much more successful now in all of those endeavors if I could just stop drinking. So I'm doing good right now, and everything is already going better in my life, so I would just tell them, put down the bottle.
It is very enticing, even intoxicating to think, man, if I only knew then what I know now. But the problem is, the reason why you know now what you know now is because the problems that you faced and the things you had to overcome in order to get to this place that you are right now. And even if you told yourself 5 years ago, don't do this or focus on these things, would you even believe yourself? Probably not. For example, I would tell young me, 5 years ago me, age 18, to stop caring so much about how you're perceived to the outside world, about what other people think about you, their judgment, their interest, their lack of interest, and just focus on something that I'm actually interested in. Not money, not clothes, not cars, any of these things. Focus on what I'm actually interested in doing and pursue that, because if I had done that 5 years later, I'd be successful in whatever it is I was interested in at the very moment. So 5 years will come, they will pass you by, and the question is, what will you wish you knew now what you know then? There's only one way to find out, by living.
I would just say be confident in the decisions I've already made, because the last 5 years have been awesome. I wouldn't make any changes.